Welcome in, guys. Looking to get started here in just a few seconds. Hopefully, some of you guys came over from TikTok. We have another interesting topic today. What's up, guys? Shout out to everybody today. We have another interesting topic today. What's up, guys? Shout out to everybody today. We have another interesting topic today. As usual, let's start with our video.
Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day? Yeah. Nigga, as long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
Got clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because of you?
Hell, I know it's because of me. But why do you think that is?
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Got through my first day without him, right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. The hell with him!
Give up, Mr. Cruz. Go home.
Because you like me? Like you. I go out of here every morning. I bust my butt putting up with them crackers every day because I like you. You're about the biggest fool I ever saw. It's my job. It's my responsibility. A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. Now let's get this straight right here and now before I go along any further. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand don't give me my money come payday because he like me. He give it to me because he owe me. Now I don't give you everything I got to give you. I give you your life.
Yourself.
Hey, do you care whether you live or die?
I don't know. Come on, man. Let's bail. Come on.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. I see you guys tuning in. Shout out to everybody in the live. Make sure you like the live. I like you. Make sure you like me. Today we have another interesting topic. Homelessness rate up. Division between men and women at an all-time high. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about it. I wanted to see where my critical thinkers were at. Because honestly, guys, it's not looking too good in America. That's why me personally, I'm on my way out in March with no plans of return. And I hope some of you guys follow me in the same path. But nonetheless, I have some videos for you guys to watch that's really going to benefit you, whether you plan on staying in America or you plan on leaving. And I have some pretty interesting topics that I hope some of you guys were on TikTok coming over here from and want to keep talking about it and building off of what we were talking about yesterday. So yesterday, what we found out was the homelessness rate in America is up 18% in the last year. 770,000 new homeless people are now living amongst us in America. So this caught a lot of people by surprise because obviously America is supposed to be the most rich, the most plentiful, the land of the free and the home of the brave, the best economy ever. So why is our homelessness rate up 18%? And there's 770,000 people in America experiencing homelessness. Homelessness is at an all-time high in America for reasons us everyday people already know. We can't afford to live anymore, me included. But the issue is No one's taking heed to the topic because it's something challenging and it challenges you to critically think. Now, as I always say on my channel, this channel is for critical thinkers, it's for people who believe in quality over quantity, and it's for people who want to take constructive criticism and grow. We don't judge each other. If you guys have a different opinion than what I'm saying, feel free to share it. I'm not the type to bash someone just because they don't agree with me. I'm attempting to build a community that could combat some of these issues we see in America. Whether you guys want to leave and go to Thailand like me, or you want to stay at home in America, I'm attempting to be a community of critical thinkers with like-minded ideas in an iron sharpened iron tactic to combat some of these things, because what we don't understand is we could be part of that 18%. And if you're better than us, fine. Some people just got money. Some people just got Bitcoins. But what you don't understand is if us on the side of that 18% of homelessness start to have attitudes like Luigi, it even affects you, the people with money. So it's beneficial. It's beneficial for you guys to also chime in, even if you have money, even if you have everything you need in life, because at the end of the day, it's going to affect the whole community in one way or another. And that's where we're at with the homelessness rate being up, which we talked a lot about that yesterday. We talked for about 6 or 7 hours on TikTok, and I got about 10,000 likes. So shout out to the guys on TikTok showing love. And we really dove deep into that. Today, I wanted to dive more so into the division of the men and the women in America. It's an interesting thing. It's been a pretty hot topic for the most part, but it was never fully evaluated, I feel like, to the point where we're able to see some of the ongoing issues and really get a deep dive into what's going on. Guys. So I want to show you guys a video of some of the people from the outside that we call psychiatrists or therapists and get their views on what's going on before I express my views, which pretty much align with what they're saying. But I like for you guys to have a second source of information, so everything's just not coming from me. It's a refreshing way for you guys to learn, and it also give me a break from yapping, because I know you guys don't want to hear me yap all day. But check out this video.
Picture online, a bikini picture online, there's nothing my husband can do that could compete with that level of accolade.
Attention.
Impossible.
The compliments,
The
the attention,
compliments,
the messaging, the you're so sexy and beautiful,
Yeah.
and all these different things from thousands or potentially
Around the
millions of
world,
men
around the world.
who have money and all these things.
Yeah, and there's nothing he can do. He can't post online and get the same reaction. And more so, he can't give me the same level of validation. So what's happened is we've created a setup in society that means men have to compete with a level of validation they can't compete with. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be gaslighting. He, rather than I.
Japanese.
That's interesting, guys. So basically, she's saying us men in the US, we can't live up to the false validation that women get online. And that's coming from a woman. That's an interesting point of view that me personally, I know I never thought about. I don't know if you guys ever thought about it. If you're in the chat, make sure you show some love, show some comments. It makes the live go so much easier. That's one of the best things about being on TikTok. They are interactive on there. So I want the YouTube community to try to be just as interactive, even if it's just a couple of you in the chat. It really does help, the topics go by, so I don't feel like I'm just talking to myself in here. But nonetheless, guys, very interesting point. That's so true. A lot of women, they do this thing where they almost expect a false reality from an everyday guy. Like if you're not making $300,000 or $100,000, if you're not 6'5", if you're not this, if you're not that, then at the end of the day, you're just not enough, which is pretty silly, but that's where we're at as a society. And that's coming from a woman's perspective. So that's pretty interesting to see in itself. I'm going to show you guys another video. like I said, I'm switching it up a little bit. I'm just getting into my zone. I'm just getting into StreamYard. It's only my third day streaming on StreamYard and maybe my third day building my YouTube community up. So just bear with me, guys, as we continue to proceed to give you what you need. Okay, let's see the next video we got for you guys right here.
Been through a lot of pain are very kind. I would argue that when I see a man who's been through a lot of shit, it makes you kinder. You don't want it be put on anyone else. The biggest gangsters and killers and evil people sometimes can be the kindest. When women go through a lot of pain, they grow bitter and evil and mean. They don't grow kind. Men grow kind from pain. I think that the worst men on earth are the ones who haven't had enough pain. Those are the arrogant pieces of shit people. You're supposed to suffer as a man. You're born to suffer, which ties back into my whole crypto project. You're not supposed to get rich off a fucking stupid meme coin like that without doing any work. You're supposed to suffer. The whole reason God put men on this planet is to fucking suffer. And the best men are the ones who suffered the most. I wouldn't be top G if I didn't suffer more than anyone else. You're a better man than everyone else if your life was a fucking mess and it was a hardship. Because you're not what happens to you, you are how you react to it. And the best men on earth are men who have had their parents die, their best friends betray them, their girl betray them, thrown in jail, their money stolen, stabbed, robbed. And every time something happened to them, they sat there and they looked in the mirror and said, what can I learn from this? How can I stop this happening? Those are the best men. Those are the men respect. Those are the men women want. Why do women love scars? Look, they tried to kill him and they can't. That's why I want him. The best men suffered. You find a man who's never been through suffering, and nobody gives a shit about him. Men don't like him, and women don't like him.
So that's an interesting point. I know a lot of people don't like Tate, but listen, man, even a broken clock is right twice a day. But basically what he's saying is adversity builds character. Adversity builds character, guys. And what us men, because this isn't just a one-way street. Us men, especially my generation and younger, we want everything in an instant gratification manner. We want everything in an instant gratification manner. If our next success story isn't a week away, we quit within the first week. If we don't have 1 million views on our first YouTube video, then we quit within the first week. We want everything in an instant gratification manner. So I really respect what he said there as far as going through adversity to build character and integrity, guys. That's one thing that we lost. We don't have our charisma anymore as men. This is me addressing the men now. We addressed the women a little bit in the last video. Now we're addressing the men. We have to realize we need to suffer because suffering builds better character. It's okay for you to go through hard times. It's okay for you to miss a couple payments, get a car repossessed. Now, one thing I will say, I don't think it's okay for you to make kids and not raise them. That's where my line is drawn. I think if you make kids, you should raise the kids. But outside of that, it's okay for you to have adverse things happen to you as a man and fight back and see who you really are. It's okay for you to be homeless in your 20s or living out of your van. Now, a lot of people, they would tell you you was a failure. They would tell you you was a failure if you were doing these things. But at the end of the day, there's no such thing as failure in a person that just won't quit. I'm going to say that one more time. At the end of the day, there's no such thing as failure in a person who just won't quit. So if you're going through an adverse time, stick it out. You never know what's on the other side of that mountain. You never know what's on the other side of that mountain. One of my favorite quotes is, the blessing is in the lesson. And a lot of guys, you won't even take the lesson to receive the blessing. So we could really learn for what Andrew Tate was saying here. I got another cool video I want to bring. It's 20 things you need to know to start to respect yourself as a man or a woman. Shout out to all my women out there also. And make sure you guys are dropping some comments. Make sure, like I said, you guys are being active because I'm working on building this YouTube community for you guys, because on TikTok, it's already built. But I really want to build this YouTube community for you guys so you could come up, you could speak about your experiences, and we could build this community together. But check this video out too, guys.
Yourself. 1. Stop looking for those who are not looking for you. 2. Stop begging. 3. Stop saying more than is necessary. 4. When people disrespect you, confront them immediately. 5. Don't eat other people's food more than they eat yours. 6. Reduce how often you visit some people, especially if they don't reciprocate. 7. Invest in yourself. 8. Stop entertaining gossip about others.
I want to stop that right there because he said something very important. At number 6, he said, stop visiting people more than they visit you. A lot of us guys, we feel the need to always overextend either our welcome or overextend our kindness. We feel we need to overextend our welcome or overextend our kindness. Guys, sometimes you got to wait and see if somebody's going to hit you up. Don't always be the first person to initiate the contact, because sometimes, guys, we think we locked in with people, and if it wasn't for you texting them or hitting them up, you might not hear from them for 2 or 3 years. And meanwhile, you on the other end think you locked in with this girl, this fellow, whoever. So, guys, these 20 things, you need to be having your notepad out and writing them down because they're very important. They're very important things that we all need to work on, myself included.
Yourself. 1. Stop looking for those who are not looking for you. 2. Stop begging. 3. Stop saying more than is necessary. 4. When people disrespect you, confront them immediately. 5. Don't eat other people's food more than they eat yours. 6. Reduce how often you visit some people, especially if they don't reciprocate. 7. Invest in yourself. 8. Stop entertaining gossip about other people. 9. Think before you talk. 80% of how people value you is based on what comes out of your mouth. 10. Always look your best. Dress the way you should be addressed. 11. Be an achiever and get busy with your goals. 12. Respect your time. 13. Don't stay in a relationship where you don't feel respected and valued. Walk away. 14. Learn to spend money on yourself. That's how people will learn to spend on you. 15. Be scarce sometimes. 16. Be a giver more than a receiver. 17. Don't go where you are not invited. And when invited, don't overstay. 18. Treat people exactly the way they deserve. 19. Unless they owe you money, 2 call attempts are enough. If they value you, they will call you back. 20. Be good at what you do. Be the best.
If you can't...
Guys, that's some key things we all can learn from, guys. Those 20 things. I'm going to revisit that video towards the end again. So if you guys didn't get to write down everything, don't worry. We'll revisit that video one more time before we head out. But guys, those 20 things, if you just listen to that, that could change your whole life. Because most of our problems lay within the lack of doing those 20 things, guys. And that's probably the best video I have to offer, although I do have more for you guys. That's probably the one where you really want to be writing these things down and really implementing them in your life. You really want to implement these things in your life, guys. Especially, like I said, when they come to reciprocating the same energy you're getting from people. The one thing we do as guys is we always give, give, give. We always give, give, give. But we never receive. We're told, listen, I don't want to get too much into it because I'm not trying to scare away you guys, but it's a lot of things that we could work on as far as improving our quality of life and the quality of the life of the people around us. But that was some key things that most of us, we don't do all 20 of them. I know I don't do all 20 of those things, but having this information is so valuable because you could write these things down and start to implement it in your life and see how it works out for you guys. So we're definitely going to circle back around to that video just in case you wasn't able to write everything down. And we're going to head into the next one.
People don't understand you anymore. You're in that spot of obsession and drive where people are like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I don't want to talk to you, man, because you're not going to get it. You will never understand what is wrong with me. And that's why I'm so fucking glad you don't, because I'm in the right fucking spot.
Women.
That's a great point. Shout out to David Goggins. That's a great point, guys. We don't always need to be understood. We don't always need to be trying to reach the masses, guys. When I'm making these YouTube videos and I'm doing these lives, I'm not trying to reach 1 billion people. I'm not trying to be understood by the whole world. I'm not trying to be understood by the whole world. It's a certain group of quality people I'm targeting here with a specific goal of uplifting and improving not only my own life, but their lives through constructive criticism. Stop trying to be understood all the time. Some people ain't gonna understand you. And you got to be able to live with that, guys. There's no reason for us to be parading around, acting like we need everybody to like us. That's another point. I could get a whole different topic, a whole different YouTube into. The modern day male needing to be liked. That's like 40% of the reason why we're at where we're at right now, because the need to be liked. We don't need to be liked. We don't need to be understood. We just need to be respected, and we need to move with purpose, guys. We need to be respected, and we need to move with purpose, guys, because at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. So that's a great point by David Goggins. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the chat. Leave a thumbs up if you like in a new style that we're going with. I like this Florida style because you guys are hearing advice not just from me, but also from alternative sources. So we will be doing this at least once a week, but we'll do our regular where you guys get to come on and talk to me also. Don't worry about that. But I think it's important for you guys to hear from alternative sources and have your pens out, guys. A lot of people in the TikTok, they have their pens out and they're writing things down. They're really improving their lives.
Someone asks you a question, you try to say the right answer. Your entire life is a test. And when did you have the most anxiety? In grammar school and high school?
No question.
On test day.
No question.
So your entire life become this test. I ain't trying to say the right answer. I am just doing what I feel. My mama said trying is failing. There is no ifs, woulds, coulds, shoulds. It just is, and we just are.
Once again, shout out to Kanye. Kanye get a lot of slack. Tate get a lot of slack. But like I said, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So even if these guys get slack by the public, I support them. I support them and what they're saying, because it does have truth to what they're saying. So I'm going to play that one more time for you guys. And hey, you guys could go. I know everybody don't support these people, but guess what? Like I just told you guys, I'm not trying to appease to everybody. If they have words of value, they deserve to be heard also, in my opinion. So I'm gonna play that one more time because that was important.
Someone asks you a question, you try to say the right answer. Your entire life is a test. And when did you have the most anxiety? In grammar school and high school?
No question.
On test day.
No question.
So your entire life become this test. I ain't trying to say the right answer. I am just doing what I feel. My mama said trying is failing. There is no ifs, woulds, coulds, shoulds. It just is, and we just are.
Shout out to EJ in the chat. Keep the vids up. Shout out to you. And guys, one thing I'm noticing too, shout out to EJ in the chat, little bro. One thing I'm noticing too, when I get on StreamYard, it's not, the algorithm isn't as friendly when I do my lives directly from YouTube. Because if you go and look at some of my other lives, I had a bunch of people on before I started doing StreamYard. And then when I started doing StreamYard, we took a significant dive for one reason or the other. So I'm not sure what that is, guys, but I'm gonna have to do a couple more lives without StreamYard. But I like StreamYard because we can look at these videos. We can look at these videos and we can speak about these things. But the lives before, it had a bunch of people and they wasn't on StreamYard. So I'm gonna have to switch it up every now and then just to get back in the algorithm. But nonetheless, we're learning. It's gonna be people coming and going. What usually happens is around the 30-minute mark, people start coming in and stuff like that. But I'm not going to be here too long today because I got some stuff I need to do also. I need to edit this video. I just did one of the best videos I ever did in my life. And it's a great story, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But nonetheless, shout out to the people that is in here. Shout out to my little bro, EJ. And shout out to whoever else is in here. But like I said, guys, on TikTok, the algorithm's great, but I want to build this community on YouTube because I could do these cool things like show you guys these videos, and we can have these talk points, and we can even have people come up and share their experiences with other people. So it's important for me to build this YouTube community. I'm not the type that get discouraged by numbers, although I do appreciate if more people come in. I'm not the type that need the instant gratification. I just started making lives maybe a week ago, so I'm not expecting a bunch of people to just run into it right now. But with that being said, we are picking up traction very, very fast. So shout out to all the new incomers. We are picking up traction very, very fast. And I am finding like-minded people. So now that we got some people coming in, look, we just spoken into existence. I want to go back to the 20 ways to respect yourself, guys. Make sure you have your pens out. Make sure you have your pens out for this video.
Yourself. 1. Stop looking for those who are not looking for you. 2. Stop begging. 3. Stop saying more than is necessary. 4. When people disrespect you, confront them immediately. 5. Don't eat other people's food more than they eat yours. 6. Reduce how often you visit some people, especially if they don't reciprocate. 7. Invest in yourself. 8. Stop entertaining gossip about other people. 9. Think before you talk. 80% of how people value you is based on what comes out of your mouth. 10. Always look your best. Dress the way you should be addressed. 11. Be an achiever and get busy with your goals. 12. Respect your time. 13. Don't stay in a relationship where you don't feel respected and valued. Walk away. 14. Learn to spend money on yourself. That's how people will learn to spend on you. 15. Be scarce sometimes. 16. Be a giver more than a receiver. 17. Don't go where you are not invited. And when invited, don't overstay. 18. Treat people exactly the way they deserve. 19. Unless they owe you money, 2 call attempts are enough. If they value you, they will call you back. 20. Be good at what you do. Be the best.
If you can't...
I hope you guys wrote those down, those 20 ways to respect yourself. I hope you guys wrote some of those down, those 20 ways to respect yourself, because it could really change your whole life. It could really change your whole life, guys. Seriously. Seriously, guys. This is what this community is here for us to improve ourselves, for us to take constructive criticism and improve ourselves and uplift ourselves. So I hope you guys are writing this stuff down, because that's by far, that's something I would just play on a day by day like a song, because we need those reminders on how to respect ourselves. Invest in yourself. That's what he said. Invest in yourself. When's the last time you invested in something for you? I just invested in a new camera and I'm already seeing results from it. The way you dress, when you go to the airport, why are you wearing flip-flops and sweatpants? You should have a suit on. We're traveling overseas. There's no telling who we're gonna meet in the airport. You know how many great people I met in the airport? Airports are methods for networking. Always look presentable. Look how you want to be treated. These things that we're hearing, guys, it could change your life. And he didn't say go make a bunch of money. Realize that. Not one of those tips he said, go make $100,000, go buy a Bitcoin. Every single tip that he gave was character development skills. That's why these lives that I'm doing will never be popular, because people don't want to change. They want to be fed something because we have a consumer mindset, but they do not want to change themselves. So you'll never come in this live and see 1,000 or 1,000,000 people in there, because we're talking about things that's bettering ourselves. We're talking about things that's uplifting the community instead of bringing the community down, and we're critically thinking. So this is it for everybody. Like I told you guys earlier, we don't try to appease everybody. We build our community. We learn from each other. We hold each other accountable. We do quality over quantity, and we just keep building, and we keep building like that, guys. This isn't the community that cooking with Kaya, the P. Diddy. This ain't that. We're not trying to market anything. I'm not selling anything to you guys. This ain't that. This for the grown people that want to get to that next level in life. So let's go into the next video. With that being said, guys, shout out to everybody coming in the chat.
And lead with fit this, or you have no value. Men come in and go, all right, I'm here and I'm going to learn how to be the best I can for you. And then women do what? You're taking too long. You're not getting there because you haven't fit the box of the fairy tale. I want to say 100%, but I'm going to go 99.9% of women who come in my office, I'm having to work on breaking their fairy tale ideology of their husband. And hold on, let me say this. To his defense, they almost always have an amazing husband. But because his amazingness doesn't fit her idea of amazing, guess what? He ain't shit. To her.
The Chinese have created...
You get what she's saying, guys? She's basically saying that if you don't fit the scenario that people's been brainwashed to believe what a guy in the Western hemisphere should be, then in the eyes of your significant other, you might be qualified as not being shit. That's why you see a lot of guys getting their passport and leaving the country, guys. because they believe exactly what that lady said. And this is a woman speaking. This is a woman speaking about other women. So the sooner you understand what's going on in the Western Hemisphere or the United States, the sooner you'll be equipped to make more wise decisions. Listen to what the women are saying. Listen to what she just said. She said most of the men that these women are married to are cool. It's just they're not reaching this false standard. They're not reaching the facade, guys. You guys got to stop with the false standards because it's destroying the community, guys. And that's going back to the topic at hand. Division between women and men is at an all-time high. And why is it? Mostly because of the false standards we set, that we get these perceptions from social media. Now they want you to be a rapper and an engineer. They want you to be 6'5" and have $350,000. Well, the average American don't even make $100,000. The average American don't even have $2,500 for savings. So what are we really talking about, guys? $10,000 is a lot in the real world. But if you get online, $10,000 ain't shit. See, it's a division between the real world and the social media world where everybody got everything. In social media, ain't nobody struggling. In the real world, everybody's struggling. So we got to put that fine line between our expectations and reality. We got to put a fine line between our expectations and reality, guys. Like I said, these topics aren't the most popular topics, but they do develop character over time. If you think critically and you implement some of these things that you're taking from these videos, some of these things that you take it from me, it will develop character over time, guys. It will.
Mother is 104 years old
today, right?
She's alive today. Not my great grandmother. Let me break that down again. My grandmother is 104 years old, still alive with us today. She was born 7 years after Harriet Tubman died. 7 years.
Fresh.
That mentality. Listen to the connection I'm about to make to you. The people who were alive in that era and still in the era of my grandmother, who is still with us today, still have the mentality that black people should be enslaved, that black people shouldn't have the right to vote, that black people, in order to vote, should be reading how many damn jelly beans are inside of a jelly jar. That ideology never died. It just became covert. It was overt, meaning it was in our faces. People were being lynched. People were being attacked. 1965, Civil Rights Act was passed. It just moved everything from in front of your face to behind closed doors. So, and they have kids, and those kids have kids, and those kids are part of Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. That mentality never died. There's a human connection and a human praxis. And those people that are those millennials and those Gen X, those people are your lawyers, are your judges, are your teachers, are your nurses, are your doctors, are your librarians, are your congress people. That's what that is.
I don't like people moving behind me, sitting behind me and shit. You gonna sit back there, you gotta sit the fuck still. I don't like.
So guys, that was interesting because he was basically saying this division is designed. He was basically saying this division is designed. That's a very interesting take because a lot of us don't think of it like that. Me included. He even said, hey, look, my grandmother's still alive. And Harriet, when Harriet Tubman passed away in the time of my grandmother's birth, it was only 7 years apart. So he's basically saying this division is designed, and what we need to do is be aware of this division. But once again, you won't see these topics coming across your algorithm. That's why I'm here to bring it to you. You won't see a commercial about getting your passport in your algorithm. I always say the best thing America has to offer is a passport. And part of what he was talking about is the reason why. You never seen a commercial about a passport in your life, and you never will. An advertisement, a sign that say get your passport here, you'll never see it. Because that's the best thing America has to offer is a ticket to get the hell out of here. Because like he said, A lot of these systems and this place of division, it's not just all coincidence, guys. It's not a coincidence that Travis Hunter had the same girlfriend for the last 4 years, but as soon as he won Heisman and he started to find success and monetary gains, that we got a story about Travis Hunter and his girlfriend. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that Kwanzaa's been around for 81 years and all of a sudden now we got to cancel Kwanzaa. So guys, we got to remember the best thing that America has to offer is a passport to get the hell out of here, because the way that they designed the system to be in this division state. If I was on here talking about the cooking with Kaya or P. Diddy, I already know I would have 100 people in here because I did it before just to test the algorithm. But when you're in here challenging people to critically think, when you're in here challenging the system, going against the algorithm, I mean, it's almost impossible to do anything on YouTube. And that's where TikTok really does strive at. I could get on TikTok and I can have people come in and they're interested and they're active. But on YouTube, it seems like the only way you get into the algorithm is by talking about the latest he said, she said. It's not too many character development guys on YouTube that are successful. So although we're fighting against the algorithm, I do feel like the information I'm bringing is valuable, and I will continue to bring it, and I will continue to bring quality information to you guys. I continue to work on myself also. That's the most important thing, guys. We got to remember to work on ourselves. Let me get another video for you guys here. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
50% of people have nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. The other side effects that aren't talked about enough is gastroparesis, which is a paralysis of the stomach, where your stomach doesn't empty anymore. Also pancreatitis, which is inflammation of the pancreas, but this also leads to diabetes. And you got to remember, the whole purpose of the drug initially was for what? Diabetes. So now you're getting pancreatitis that's affecting your diabetes, but that pancreatitis can also be fatal. There's a cost to pay. People don't know that you have to take this drug. You can't stop taking it. Once you stop taking it, the weight comes back.
Hold the, you trying to tell me if I'm spending $16,000 a year for a whole year, I lose 60 pounds, I go through some of that side effects that you just said, I'm gonna go through something. I'm gonna get the weight back after wasting that money. Some of those effects stay with you though, right?
Yeah,
oh,
permanent.
So the reason why I brought that video up is because these people are taking these Ozempics and these medicines just to fit in and be approved by their other half, by the society. We got so far off to the point where we're willing to put these unhealthy things in our body just to be approved. And going to the gym is free. Working out is free. Improving your character is free. But it's not easy. And that just wraps around to the whole point I've been driving into you guys this whole live. Nothing we talking about is easy, but it is free. People will do the opposite. People will do the opposite. They would do something expensive because it's easy instead of do something free because it's hard. Doing push-ups is free. Learning a new language is free thanks to YouTube. Working on your character is free. Being in this live is free for now. It might be a day where I'm doing these on Patreon. But nonetheless, we don't want to take advantage of any of the free things because it's not instant gratification. Ozempic gives instant gratification. This is a great live so far, in my opinion. I hope some people catch it on the playback, because it's a lot of gems. It's a lot of gems that we're tossing around here. I put the Ozempic topic into this live to show that people will pay more for an easier route. People will pay more for an easier route. Running outside to lose weight is free. But if I could pay to lose weight and sit on my couch and have the same bad habits, sign me up. Sign me up. If I could pay to not have good character, sign me up. Instead of developing good character for free. If I could pay a translator instead of learn the language of a country I'm going to, sign me up. We're paying for the ease of things that we could get for free if we wasn't so obsessed with instant gratification. Are you guys following me? Are you guys following me? We can't be obsessed with instant gratification. That was a great video, by the way. I had to add that one in there. Let me give you guys something else.
Someone asks you a question, you try to say the right answer. Your entire life is a test. And when did you have the most anxiety? In grammar school and high school?
No question.
On test day.
No question.
So your entire life become this test. I ain't trying to say the right answer. I am just doing what I feel. My mama said trying is failing. There is no ifs, woulds, coulds, shoulds. It just is. And we just are.
I went back to that one on purpose because although it was shorter than all the other videos, he had a lot of quality information in a short amount of time. Trying is failing, guys. You don't have to try to live. You're just living. You don't have to try to be successful. You are successful. You don't have to try, guys. You just have to walk within your purpose, and everything else is going to figure itself out. Walk within your purpose, and everything else is going to figure itself out. No need to try.
You. If they think you're not enough, if they don't see your value, let them walk. People make time for who they care about, and if they're not making time for you, then believe them when they say they're too busy. Don't force it. If they wanted to be with you, they would be. If they choose something or someone else over you, let them. It hurts, but you can't make someone feel what they don't. You shouldn't have to beg for someone to care, to love you, to put in the effort. If they're okay with going weeks without talking to you or never seeing you, let them go. Don't make someone a priority when all you are to them is an option. If they're showing you who they really are, believe them. Focus on those who see your worth without you having to prove it. Your energy should be spent on those who show up for you without being asked. Don't chase someone who's already shown they can live without you. Let them go and keep moving forward because you deserve more than being an afterthought. At the end of the day, remember your worth. Don't settle for less than what you know you deserve. Keep your standards high and your circle tight. The right people will value you for who you are without you having to ask.
Keep your standards high and your circle tight. The word for 2025 that I'm going with is standards. When I traveled to Thailand for the first time, I came to the realization I have no standards. How willing are you to be self-aware of your biggest weaknesses? How willing are you to be self-aware of your biggest weaknesses? The word for 2025 is standards, guys. We have to have standards. We have to have respectful barriers. We have to be critical thinkers, and we have to know we're not going to appease everybody. Very valuable information that I hope you guys are taking from this, because I'm going to wrap this YouTube up in about 10 minutes or so. I'm not going to be staying on YouTube too much until I develop the community a little bit more with the quality videos I'm putting out, because right now the TikTok algorithm is so good that I don't want to waste too much time on YouTube. Not that it's a waste, but if it's 3 people in here and it's 100 people on TikTok, obviously I can be over there getting those guys coming over here also. But my point is, guys, there was a lot of quality shared. I have a couple more videos, don't go anywhere, but there's a lot of quality shared in a little bit of time here. A lot of people think you need to get on YouTube and go live for 6 or 8 hours. You don't. Honestly, we've been live for 44 minutes. And if you guys been writing these things down, I guarantee you're going to see some change in your life in 2025. I guarantee it. So we believe in quality over quantity here. So make sure you guys are taking notes. I'm sure some of you guys are going to see this on the playback. I see you guys commenting on all the lives that I did prior to. But nonetheless, I'm dedicated to building a community. So don't think I'm discouraged by any means about the numbers. I'm actually encouraged by the numbers because I've only been consistent for maybe a week tops. And I've been liking what I'm seeing. I've been liking what I'm seeing. But I got another one for you guys right here.
The money is a culture that we're raised to buy only from our own people. We'll only work for our own people. Chinese say, we'll never hire any black folk. You're never gonna go to a Chinese restaurant or Chinese anything and find black folk working there. We only hire our own people. We only buy from our own people. We only support our own people. You black folk will buy from any and everybody because you don't have a code of conduct. It doesn't mean anything to you. That's why you all can't get ahead, because you don't play as a team. You all play as individuals. And you listen to these black activists on the streets saying, we're not a monolithic people. You know, just because he did it, we don't have to do it. He's wrong. All of you should play as a team. Even if you don't like something that the group is going to do, you should play along with the team, and so that you got team power. Wealth and power follows the numbers. If you haven't got a lot of blacks with you, and you're not pooling your money, pooling your votes, pooling your attention, pooling your interests, pooling your labor, then other people will pick you clean and share.
Not mad. And that addresses why I make these communities. That addresses why I was going so hard defending Travis Hunter. Even if you don't like what his girlfriend doing, Travis Hunter is our culture. He's a great representation of our culture. So you can't be part of the team that's tearing them down, right? The reason why I built the community, Young Niggas and Unks, because I know we need to build these things up. If I really wanted to have more people in here, I could probably go post that I'm going live on my community and do it that way. But I want to build an organic crowd. I want to build the organic crowd. And me, myself, I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to articulate myself. I'm still learning how to put these videos up. So it's a great developmental stage no matter who's in here watching, because it's just practice for what I know is to come. And like the guy was saying in the video, some people, they don't like what you're doing, and then they quick to out you. You'll never build culture that way. You'll never build culture that way. There's no reason why the black Shohei Ohtani, Travis Hunter, should have deactivated his Instagram because of the harassment he was receiving from his own people. You'll never build anything that way. Every time we get somebody great, doing something outside of the box, we run them off the internet. We harass them. Learn to build with people, like-minded people, quality people. Because if you don't build with anyone, you ain't gonna get anywhere. If you can't go into different cultures, if you can go into different cultures and accept them, learn how to accept some of your own people flaws. Because honestly, that whole situation with Travis' girlfriend, it just showed how toxic the black community could be to potential black leaders. 4.0 in school, he won every trophy college football could give him. But we found that one thing as the crabbing and barrels and pulled them on down. They ain't even get to the NFL yet. It's a shame. It's a shame. So I wanted to implement that video to address some of the division with the men, between the men, because there wasn't too many women saying anything, because a lot of women, that's how they get their money, moving like that. But sometimes it's even division between men. So that was a good one to add. But guys, we about to hit our 1 hour mark. I'm going to be getting out of here. I might be on TikTok tonight just because I want to keep pushing people to come over here. Yesterday, I was on TikTok for a while, 6 or 7 hours, and you guys were showing love. I got about 10,000 likes on the TikTok, and I got some new subscribers on YouTube and everything. But I do have these videos I do need to edit now that I invested in myself, like the top 20 ways to respect yourself was saying. Now that I invested in myself and got a new camera, I have been doing more videos, more great quality videos, and I got a nice surprise for you guys. Nice surprise for you guys. Interacting with people in the public, walking on my one leg, still not making excuses, embracing adversity. Everything I'm telling you guys, I'm implementing in my own life, because I can't come up here and tell you guys to be disciplined and do this and do that, and I'm not even doing it. But this is just the beginning. It's an exciting beginning. It really is. But I'm going to leave it like that, guys. We're going to give you the outro video. Hopefully you guys learned something. Let me make sure I gave you guys everything. Yeah, that was everything I had as far as the videos go. And make sure you guys subscribe, like, and just stay tuned. It's going to grow. It's no choice but to grow. That's the thing about life. You can't go no lower than 0. You can't go no lower than the floor. So once you hit the floor, you should be happy. Back to what Andrew Tate was saying. Once you hit the floor, you should be happy when you're homeless, because you ain't gonna be no lower than that. You only could go up. You only could go up. But it's up to you to get back up and keep fighting. It's up to you to get back up and keep fighting. So a lot of people out there that's feeling like they're at their lowest point, congratulations, because you only could go up from there. We got a saying in our community. It's called fail forward. Fail forward. Hurry up and get your failures out the way, because every great man go through them. All right, guys, I'm going to give you the outro video. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. And make sure you just continue support. That's all. That's free. And more importantly, even if you don't continue support, implement some of these things in your life. Implement some of these things in your life. All right, guys. Peace.
Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day? Yeah. Nigga, as long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me. Yes, sir. You eat every day. Yes, sir. Got a roof over your head. Yes, sir. Got clothes on your back. Yes, sir. Why you think that is? Because of you? Hell, I know it's because of me. But why do you think that is?
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Got through my first day without him, right? I learned how to drive. I learned how to shave. I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. The hell with him!
Give up, Mr. Cruz. Go home.
Because you like me? Like you. I go out of here every morning. I bust my butt putting up with them crackers every day because I like you. You're about the biggest fool I ever saw. It's my job. It's my responsibility. A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. Now let's get this straight right here and now before I go along any further. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand don't give me my money come payday because he like me. He give it to me because he owe me. Now I don't give you everything I got to give you. I give you your life.